Shabbat story time of 2021, and I could not be more pleased to be able to spend it with you. It's always fun. So we have our story, which is a good one. I'm really excited about it. And we have our blessing over our children, all of our girls and all of our boys. And we've got our Kiddush and our Motzi. So what better way to bring in Shabbat? It's been an interesting first couple days of 2021. So I hope you've had some good stuff in there and hopefully lots more good stuff to come. So without any more waiting, the book. Very excited. This one is called No Rules for Michael. And this is Michael. And he has some feelings about rules. I bet you can think of lots of rules that you have to follow. Maybe there's rules that your parents have in their house. Maybe there's rules at school. Maybe there's rules in, the country or the city. There's lots of different kind of rules that everybody has to follow, no matter how old or young they are. There's always lots of rules to follow. And sometimes it's easy following the rules, and sometimes it's hard following the rules. Michael also has feelings about rules. Let's see how his experience goes. In the book, No Rules for Michael. Michael's class was learning about the 10 Commandments. Oh, very Jewish rules. And other religions too. So there's his class. When the Jewish people received the Torah, his teacher said, they received the 10 Commandments, God's special rules that show us how to live. We should not hurt others, we should not steal, we should honor our parents. That means respecting them and listening to them when they tell us to do things that are good for us. Miss Sharon explained the rules, the 10 Commandments, to the class. We also have special rules here at school, she continued. Can you think of some rules that we have in our classroom? So, not the 10 Commandments, but other rules that they have to follow when they're in school. You shouldn't hit anyone, Julie answered. Or stand on the furniture, added Sam. You should share toys, said David. And help at cleanup time, Rachel noted. Those are all good examples. What kind of rules do you have in your classroom? Things that you have to do or things that you're not allowed to do when you're in your school, in your room. Maybe you have some of the same. Maybe some different ones. Michael was sitting with a frown on his face. Frowny face. Not happy. Miss Sharon looked at him and asked, do you have something to add, Michael? He's got a good frowny face on. I don't like rules, Michael replied. It would be a lot more fun if we could do whatever we wanted. School would be the best place if we didn't have any rules. Interesting thought. He doesn't not have a point. Miss Sharon smiled and said, all right, Michael. Tomorrow we won't have any rules in our classroom. Then you can decide if you like having rules. Yippee! Shouted Michael. He is very excited about this no rules thing. All right. The next morning, Michael ran into the classroom excited that there would be no rules. Suddenly, he tripped over Julie's backpack and nearly fell to the floor. Hey, Julie, your backpack is supposed to be in your cubby, yelled Michael. No, it's not, replied Julie. There are no rules today. That's true. If there's no rules about putting your backpack in your cubby, then it doesn't have to be in your cubby, and then maybe someone could trip on it. Michael shrugged, okay, whatever, and walked over to the puzzle table. As he began working on a puzzle of the 10 Commandments, if you'll notice. As he began working on a puzzle, Rachel grabbed one of the pieces. I need that piece, cried Michael. Give it back. There aren't any rules today, Rachel reminded him with a giggle. I don't have to share. How's he look? At circle time, Michael wanted to show his friends his new dinosaur. Oh, that's awesome. I love dinosaurs. But no one would listen to him. David was racing his new car back and forth across the floor as several of the children squealed with delight. You have to be quiet. It's my turn now, Michael demanded. No, we don't, responded David. There are no rules today. On the playground, Michael waited for his turn on the tricycle. Sam was pretending to be a firefighter racing to a burning building. He zoomed by Michael several times. Woo! Woo! He screamed, trying to sound like a siren. Which is fair, that sounds very fun. May I have a turn now, Sam? Michael asked hopefully. No, sang Sam in his siren voice. There are no rules today. At snack time, Jonah playfully grabbed some of Michael's crackers without asking. Michael didn't say anything. There are no rules today, he thought sadly, thought it to himself, as a tear slid down his cheek. That's tough. What's wrong, Michael? Miss Sharon asked gently. I thought having no rules would be fun, Michael tearfully replied. I could do whatever I wanted, but I haven't been able to do anything I want today. No one will listen to me, no one will give me a turn, no one will share. I guess rules are important. Rules show people how to care about each other. Miss Sharon hugged Michael. You're right, she agreed. That's why God gave us the 10 Commandments, and that's why we have rules here at school. We need to treat others the way we want to be treated. Do you think we could have our rules back tomorrow? Asked Michael. How about right now? Replied Miss Sharon with a smile. Children, when it's time you finish your snack, it's cleanup time. Yippee! Shouted Michael as he rushed to be the first one to pick up the toys. Good lesson to learn. So, there's lots of rules that we have to follow. Rules, there's my dog barking. What are you going to do? Can't make a dog not bark, I suppose. There's a lot of rules we have to follow. There are rules in our house that our parents have. There's rules at school. There's rules for our city and our country. There's rules. Rules in our religion, like the 10 Commandments. One of the ones that Michael learned about. And sometimes following the rules is hard because you can't do things that you want to do, or you have to do things that you don't want to do. But ultimately, at the end of the day, rules are important because they make sure that everybody's safe and everybody has a chance to do the things that they want to do. Rules are really important. And as Jews, we definitely know that because we have the 10 Commandments, which are like 10 really important rules. In addition to lots of other rules. We love rules as Jews. We love talking about rules, making rules, changing rules. Rules are good, even though sometimes they're hard to keep. And they're very important. There's dogs barking all over this apartment right now. So, I hope you enjoyed the book. And now, before we do our Kiddush and our Motzi, I'd like to do a blessing over our children, all the little girls and boys who are watching right now. If you're watching by yourself, you can put a hand on your own head. And if you are watching with maybe one of your grown-ups, then they can put a hand on your head if you're willing to let them do that. Yeah, you don't have to, but you can. So over all of our girls, we're going to say, I'm a girl too. I'm somebody's daughter. For all the girls, we say, Yisimech Elohim, Kisara V'Cha V'Cha. May God make you like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, the mothers of all of us. And over all of our little boys, if you would let one of your grown-ups put a hand on your head, that's cool. You can put a hand on your own head, or you don't have to do it at all. It's all good. And over all of our boys, we say, Simcha Elohim, Ke'Ephraim V'Chem Menashe. May God make you like Ephraim and Menashe. And over all of our children, so if you're in a big group right now, big group hug. If you're chilling by yourself, it's just, you and me, give yourself a big hug. Over all of our children, no matter how old, we'll say, Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yisim lecha, Shalom. May God give you the blessings God gives all of God's children, which is everybody, no matter how old they are, especially the blessing of Shalom, which means hello. But it also means goodbye. And also in this particular context, it means peace, which is a wonderful blessing to have. And it's time for Kiddush. So that's very exciting. If you have real grape juice, you can get that. I have real grape juice. I don't know if I can you can see it. You can kind of see it. Very exciting. One of my favorite. I mean, I like all my Kiddush cups, to be honest, but this is one of my favorites because I got it when I came here. The synagogue gave it to me. If you have a real Kiddush cup with real grape juice, then you should get that. And if you have a pretend Kiddush cup with pretend grape juice, you should definitely get that. So either way, you have something to say the Brei Priya Gafen over, the blessing over grape juice. So get your grape juice or wine if you're over 21, which is fine. We don't judge. The young at heart are also welcome to Storytime with Rabbi Fort. So over our grape juice in my case, say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. You can say Amen. Even when you're old enough to drink wine, grape juice is still really good. And now for the challah that I personally made the money to buy. If you have real challah, grab that. If you have a slice of bread, you can grab that. You can grab a hot dog bun. You can grab a tortilla. You can grab a bagel. You can grab some pretend bread, and then it can be whatever you want. So that's very exciting. So over your bread, whether real or pretend, we'll say the motzi. Oh, it's a weird shape. Look at that. How'd that happen? It looks like a bite was taken out of it. Well, it'll still taste good regardless. Just looks a little, we like all challahs are good no matter what the shape they end up being. Let's motzi this very interesting shaped challah. Let's say Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. And if you're just listening, you can say Amen. I'll take it from the weird shape side. Still tastes good. Thank you so much for joining me for No Rules for Michael, a little Jewish boy who thought he wasn't a big fan of rules, but he learned that rules, while maybe sometimes hard to keep, are very important. And they actually make everyone's lives a lot better, which is why rules apply to everybody, and they are very important to do. You can hear my child out there. My dog. It's a noisy apartment over here. We had a wonderful blessing for all of our boys and girls, and we had a delicious kiddush and motzi over my very weird shaped challah. It looks like a big bite. It's not a bite. It's like baked that way. How weird. Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoy doing these, and I enjoy seeing that people enjoyed watching them, and knowing that people go back and you watch with your grandparents and grandkids and grandfriends, and it's nice. It's nice to be able to spend a little bit of time right before Shabbat starts together, reading and learning and doing kiddush and motzi and having blessings, because we all need a lot more blessings in the world, I would say. So few more blessings didn't hurt anyone. Have a wonderful Shabbat. I hope you have some time with your family or with yourself or both. And